What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. And as we dive into today's video, we're picking up with Green Lantern Corps issue number 6, as we pick up with Sinestro and John Stewart. The two of them are currently discussing building their new central batteries. With the emotional spectrum just completely out of whack, they're trying to figure out how they can build these batteries, contain the spectrum. That way people aren't just randomly bursting into lanterns throughout the universe and then becoming so powerful that they explode. While they have this discussion, we pick up with Kelly and Ellie. Kelly, our teen lantern. We have really not understood her gauntlet to the fullest extent, but it appears that this storyline, it's inevitably heading in that direction. And after Ellie was inside of Kelly's mind, she wants to talk about what was in there, because there's a door, something in there that just wasn't natural. Ellie believes that this is the reason our teen lantern has been having so many headaches. But the way that Kelly sees it, she knows that she's trying to help her. But the United Planets, they were messing around in her mind for months. They were trying to unlock the secrets of the gauntlet for a long time. And she tells Ellie that maybe when this is all over, we can actually sit down and try something. But right now, we have to focus on building. This is what takes us to Director Cruz, currently in charge of all the Green Lantern Corps. In the simplest terms, she's taken over for the Guardians. And as she talks to our lanterns, she's letting us know we don't have enough material to build the rest of the batteries. Right now, we're in a race against time. We have to rebuild these central power batteries, stabilize the emotional spectrum before Starbreaker and his corpse break it permanently. But they do have an idea on how to find more material. That's what is going to take us to Korugar, home planet of Sinestro. They think that maybe there might be some wreckage left over. Maybe there's something that they can use, something that might be able to help them along the way. And so Sinestro heads out to his home world. But before he does, he runs into Vex, a brand new recruit to the Green Lantern Corps. And Sinestro, he's actually down to be her teacher, telling her that it shows excellent judgment that you seek out a worthy teacher like me. But he does warn, we're going to my home planet, the one that I once ruled over, but it's fallen on desperate times. A shell of the empire that I once ruled. They once treated me as a god, but I don't know what to expect once we get down there. As we pick up elsewhere, we're picking up with Joe and Jessica Cruz. Joe kind of convinced Jessica she needed to get out of the office. She's been so wrapped up in being the director of the entire Green Lantern Corps. She needed some field time to get her mind off of things and away from all the bureaucracy. But when they get where they're going, what they find is the planet Mogo. After being possessed by rage, after ramming Thanagar, Mogo took some heavy damage, with fissures breaking all over the surface of the planet. What we see is that Mogo, he's attempting to heal. Slowly but surely, this planet's surface is healing up, but it also has huge defense mechanisms. And these defenses, they're almost reactive, as if anybody with power that comes close to Mogo, the light constructs come out. The monsters bare their teeth, and they go directly after Joe and Jessica, taking us over to Sinestro. He arrives at his home world. He expects to find utter destruction, but what he finds is that this planet, it is thriving. As he looks around, what he sees is that the former battery, the former central battery for the Yellow Lanterns, it is powering the planet. And even Sinestro has to acknowledge the intellect that it took to actually do this. This is where we see the two responsible. We have Sin, Sinestro's kid, and Lord Zod. The two of them together, it appears that they rebuilt the city after the destruction, and now his kid's ready to give him the grand tour. On Mogo, we have Jessica Cruz that is fighting all the light constructs alongside Joe. Our two Green Lanterns, they're fighting against Mogo's defense system. But that's when Jessica, she stops. She tells Mogo to listen, taking down her shield, taking down her defenses. She doesn't want to look any kind of defense or offense towards Mogo. She wants Mogo to know that they're not here to threaten Mogo. They're here to help because something bad happened. You want to retreat. You want to go where you feel safe, because at the end of the day, you don't know who you can trust. Jessica knows this because this is her fear every single day. But instead of closing herself off, she's choosing to let people in. That you can't truly live unless you open yourself up. And Jessica knows what Joe was doing in bringing her here. If you guys remember, it was relatively short stint, but Jessica Cruz was a Yellow Lantern and then she was a spy. She endured that plus all kinds of torture once the United Planet Lanterns had taken over. So Jessica Cruz, she's been through the ringer. But as they look around Mogo, the cracks are closing up. Jessica was able to get through to Mogo. And on that planet's surface, the flowers begin to bloom. With Sinestro and his son, he's currently getting the Grand Tour. Sinestro tells him that everything he has done, it's actually really awesome. Unfortunately, they're gonna need to dismantle the battery and take the remaining back to Oa. Take any remnants so that they can help try to save the universe. That even though I love this planet, the universe trumps planet every single time. But the boys aren't necessarily gonna take this lying down. This is where we see both his son and Zod. They knock Sinestro for a loop. Zod grabbing hold of Vex, and Simpson headed directly for his father. Now Zod really thought that he was gonna be able to do something to Vex. But when Vex turns on him and she just starts laying down some hate, Zod can't help but think, I might be in love. Like she's whooping his butt. And he's just like, oh my god, I need to marry this woman right now. While Sinestro battles his son, we see that Simpson, he still has some of that rage power. He also hasn't exploded, which means his willpower must also be incredible. But he's really telling Sinestro that you're wrong. This is the first place I've ever truly been able to call home. You left it. You left us. You left me. Lord Zod and I, we picked up the pieces. We helped this place not only just survive, but to thrive. And so now, these are my people. And be damned if I let you abandon them again. And Sinestro, he acknowledges this. He acknowledges what his son has done. He won't take it away from him. He says that he'll find another way. This is when he gives him a tip that there is a slave trader ship. It may have the metal that you're looking for lining its interior. It should be enough for whatever you're looking for. With Sinestro telling him that I am proud of you. Vex and Sinestro take off. Larzal still in absolute daze and complete affection of Vex. Hopping over to the castle of the Desolate Stone, we pick up with Starbreaker. He reads in the book of Oa, and what we see is a stone, one that is of all the emotional spectrums. This appears to be the final thing they need. Having a central battery, they just need to get that stone. Once they have that stone, it will be Starbreaker supremacy. And that is where this issue will end. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. The Green Lantern series as a whole has been fantastic. Whether it be the main Green Lantern series or it be the Green Lantern Corps. These two are really being published side by side, so it is kind of important that you read both of them because they are crossing over with one another. They're sharing stories back and forth. Now, if you need to get caught up on everything that's going on with the Green Lantern Corps, I've covered it all. From the Green Lantern Civil War to them rebuilding the Green Lantern Corps, we see Sinestro becoming a Red Lantern. Using willpower, he becomes a Green Lantern again. Now, this is probably going to be temporary, and once they get the central batteries back up, he'll find a way to go back to being a Yellow Lantern. But it's an interesting concept that they've been running with lately. The idea that even if this emotional spectrum bursts out of you, whether it be fear, whether it be rage, whether it be love, which love has been added to the spectrum most recently, though the only thing that we've seen it in is an oxypodal or whatever they're called. I never say the name right, but we're seeing that even if somebody randomly gets taken over by rage, they become a Red Lantern. It completely embodies them if they have the willpower they can use Green Lantern willpower to kind of trump any forces that are coming up from the other emotional spectrums, kind of keeping them in check. So willpower is like the ultimate trump card here, and it's the one reason that the Green Lantern Corps has to be the only remaining corps. That sheer willpower is the entire reason that they are able to maintain and not be taken over by the other emotions. But I am really waiting, patiently, but I am waiting for our Teen Lantern origin story. I cannot wait to dive into her mind and figure out what the hell is going on and where that gauntlet came from. The Guardians, the United Planets, everybody has been trying to figure out the secrets of this gauntlet, but nobody can truly understand it. My thoughts, it's probably closer aligned with that of Alan Scott, where his power is more or less separate from the Green Lantern Corps, but it essentially operates the same way. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that is going on with this series, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It's going to get you completely caught up on everything that we have been covering with the Green Lantern Corps. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, you're getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.